Hi Facebook, I hope you're all okay. I've got a lovely guest with me, Mark. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. You had a good weekend so far?
Yeah, really good actually. Really
Weather's
enjoyed
changed
it.
a tad.
It's awful out there at the
No
moment.
way. We can't moan really.
No, never moan, can
we
we?
were moaning about the heat first day, now we're moaning about the rain. Mark, tell us a little bit about why you're here at Festival this weekend.
Yeah, I'm here to do a stand called Freedom Community Project. We're just here to share what we're doing, what we're involved with, and all the activities we do.
And what is Freedom Community Project?
Freedom is a charity based in South Sheffield, North East Derbyshire, and now just into Nottinghamshire. We work with people right on the edge of society in deprivation and poverty, providing support and care for them.
There's been a lot in the news, hasn't there? We read a lot about increasing poverty, increasing people living below that poverty line. What has your experience in recent times been of that? I guess it's charity set up simply for that reason, but what's your experience on the front line of that?
We've experienced an incredible growth in complex need. So where at one time there were organisations, local government paid organisations to provide support, those have generally faded off with lack of funding and cutbacks. And so we now provide support and care for people with majorly complex needs that at one time we would have not been dealing with.
And why did you start Freedom Community Project? I mean, what was the birthplace of it, and how did that happen?
Yeah, the birthplace was in Bolsover Methodist Church, and we started it first because we wanted to do a week of fun to support our community, because we had a closed door. We didn't want open our door for anyone really other than on a Sunday, and so we wanted to start connecting. So we started first by doing a free week, and we just realised during that week there are so many people in our community that are in need.
And I guess things like yours are starting to pop up all around the country. I work in Stoke. We're planning something very similar to Freedom Community Project. What are you learning on the front line? Now, what are some of the lessons you've learned over the past 8 years?
Some of the lessons are really about working together, making the most of everybody's gifts and abilities. One of the things that I'm always amazed about is that God opens doors. And one thing I'd love to say, I have a great master plan, and it all went this way, that way. But basically, all I did was just say, God, we're just going to follow you, and the doors open when it's right, and the doors close when they're not right, and so it's very an organic way. And I think if we, as church, sometimes we try to be too structured, and actually it's really good to be organic and just let God lead us.
And tell us maybe one story that sums up the work of the Freedom Project. We're going to hear hopefully from Steve later on, but maybe another story of a person you've been involved with.
It's a really sad story, but a really interesting one of a gentleman who recently passed away. He had been part of our community in one of our cafes for about the 8 years that we'd been running. And his story is one of a gentleman that had nothing. He was an addict as well, and we supported and journeyed with him. And the Friday before he passed away, on the Tuesday, he came into the church and had communion and it was just a powerful moment of
amazing. God's
love and care for him. And one of the things he said was that if it wasn't for that place, he wouldn't be with us at that time. And so it's just lovely to hear of. We've just been hearing about God's grace all the time at the moment, and it's lovely to see how that grace impacts through people volunteering and just serving people like that in love.
Love that. And how can people find out more? Maybe their area has the same issues that Bolsover has. How can they find out more about Freedom Community Project?
They can go on our website, which is fcgroup.org.uk. And that they can find out from there, or just contact us. We're always developing new places and working with local churches. All the centres we have 10 centres at the moment, and all of those centres are mainly Methodist churches, and mainly small Methodist churches in council estates, in tough places. And what we do with those people is we just come along and work alongside them and give them hope. And so there's one just down in Renishaw where there's 8 people, and they see 45 every Thursday sitting down and working and talking and
amazing,
and being together.
Amazing. Mark, thanks for coming by. If the people are on site, they can come and visit your stand, which is around the corner from us here.
Yeah, that would be great.
And that's great. And we'll hopefully hear from Steve later
Yeah,
on
you
to
will.
hear one
That's
of the
great.
incredible stories. Guys, do stay tuned. We've got plenty of interviews lined up. And there's loads going on across the live streaming section. Please do stay tuned and we'll be back with you just very, very soon.